This is from the first period of our previous game. Let's talk about what we're doing and how we're moving things in. So we got a battle for it down in the corner. All right, and we've started to move into the zone. So we've got one guy coming down in here to the corner, another person coming, not sure exactly where. We've got a person headed towards the slot. That's great. And I think we actually have two players here, one forward and one defenseman. I actually think this may be Chuk coming down here with the puck, and that's fine. But if we're going to do that, we have to get sort of in the right zone. So now, right now, we can see that they're actually fairly unbalanced. Look at this; they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys on this left side of the ice going after one player with the puck, and we are also similarly unbalanced. But on the other side, they've got one player to cover 3 guys. We do have someone here kind of going towards the goal, but not really into the soft area of the ice. The soft area is right here, right? To be able to make yourself a passing option to get a shot and maybe have a chance to get that around. As a puck carrier here, you have a few different choices. You can send the puck around the boards, right? And in that case, it becomes a race to the puck. We talked previously in one of our practices about winning those races. Is this a race that we can probably win? Probably, but even if we don't, we have a couple of guys there that should be able to help dig out a puck, right? And have a reasonable chance of retaining possession. If we can move to this, middle area of the ice, and be a good target for a pass, that opens up a one-timer opportunity, and it opens up some more abilities to pass down to this left-hand side. The other thing you can do is you can hold up and probably let these couple of guys blow past you, but then you've got a couple of trailers coming on that may help open up some opportunities in terms of what you have the capability to do, but probably not the best idea. So what do? We continue to carry it around the ice, and we make the play to circle that around in here. Now look what's happened in that split second. We've had somebody peel off to the point. I'm sure that's our right defenseman. I'm sorry, I can't see who's who on this, so I really have no idea. We've had somebody come down here to help out with a puck battle. We've had a change of direction going across here, and then someone kind of hanging out here, kind of quasi in the middle, and then a trailer back behind the play. Notice we don't have anybody up here on this left point. We've left our right defenseman out on an island to both hold the puck in on the point, but also be the last man back in terms of making sure there aren't any breakaways. So that's going to come around to the corner here. All right. And let's see where we are around at this corner, where we're positioned here. So we've got this puck down in the corner, and we have a few options here in terms of passes. We have that pass to prime real estate. The problem that we have with this right now is the angle of the player as they're positioned here. They're facing away from us, and about getting close to level with that passer. In order for them to receive this pass and make a decent play on the net, they're going to have to reach back and really twist around to get a decent shot. And that's not going to be a great shot, anyways. You're getting down close to the net. The goalie can hang out on that post, take away really any angle you have. You have a defenseman there. It would be better if you're in this position to either be facing the passer so you can see other options that you have and be available to make a play, even skate back up towards the top with it, skate around to the other side, send the puck back, or even go through here. But I'd say that we maybe are a little quick on this pass here coming from the corner, and that rather than making just a quick tap pass, that we could maybe hold on to that for a quick second, get a little bit more traffic in front of the net. And I'd say down here on this side, there's this player here is not doing much all for us at this point. You're not a good passing option. You're not a good shooting option. Yeah, you're in an area of the ice where there's not much of anyone, and I think your thought process might be to be a passing option down here along the bottom, which, okay, if you want to change the point of attack, but we're already pretty open over here. Best bet would be to be back sort of in this prime real estate area, maybe even back up towards the blue line, realizing that our defenseman is essentially acting as a forward, and somebody needs to come back here, fall down into this area. It's really great that this guy is over here standing all on his own because he's taken himself completely out of the play at this point. And I think his thought process is to be available for a breakaway. Another good reason why our player here should be moving more towards the center of the ice and back up. Take away that passing option and become a good passing option yourself. Another good reason why, if we're waiting down here in this corner, it gives us an opportunity for that player to make this play, getting to develop here. It gives us an opportunity for this player to get their back towards and become a better passing option. And make a choice here about what route we're going to go. So we end up passing it here, and this pass actually gets intercepted and tipped away, and does get tipped to the point. That's fine. And what I'd like to point out here is that they had this appropriately covered, but their winger was not really facing the right direction, which meant that our point guy was able to step in, all right, and get the puck. So now let's take a look here and see what options we have. We have somebody again down here in the corner, but you're not an effective part of the play at this point. You're not a good passing option because best case scenario down there in the corner, you're going to get that puck and then either have to immediately make another pass or skate with it. And getting that puck to you here is not going to be easy. There is a ton of traffic out in front, not to mention somebody else over here who can skate and take that pass away. Another person over here that can come and grab that puck. So not a lot of great choices there in terms of passing options. The two players here in front of the net, I think that's great. Generate some traffic, be in that prime real estate. That's great. You're not really passing options at this point because you're not in the position to receive a pass. You're both kind of covered by this guy. But in terms of making the goalie's life difficult, putting up a good screen there is always a good thing. Just if you're going to do that, be in a good position to give a tip as it goes through, right? And then back down here in the point, I don't know that I have a problem with this either. Um, one thing I'd say is that your defenseman has just stepped in. Bear in mind now that this last person back is moving towards the net. It may be a good idea to come up this wall and take that space as that point person. So we put that on net. It does get through to the goal. It does make a stop. I can't tell from here if it's just we don't get a great shot on it or if it gets blocked, whatever the case might be. A little bit of both, but they're able to kick that off to the side. And now we're coming back down. Okay, another puck in the corner situation. All right, and it gets played back around behind the net again to where we don't have someone. All right, so now we got this puck back down around behind the net. And at this point in time, we're getting some traffic here in front of the net. Okay, things are going to get a little bit down and dirty. That's fine, right? If we can get this puck in front of the net, slap at it, push at it, that's great, right? Anytime you can get that puck in the prime real estate and you have even numbers or even you outnumber the opponent there, you've got a chance to score just by keep whacking, keep having bodies around the puck. So nothing wrong with that there, but they're able to take that puck, skate away with it. Now this is where the importance of being able to skate backwards and keeping your body oriented effectively really comes into play here. So look at where our defenseman is focused here. Our defenseman is looking at the play. That's great. But then as the play comes along here, as soon as we lose possession of the puck, rather than skating backwards to be able to keep an eye on the play in case they lose possession, we can come back in. We're worried about giving up an odd man rush, so we turn here, right? And we're skating forwards. And we've, at this point in time, effectively lost sight of the play and the puck. We don't know what's happening. We're maybe listening to figure out what's going on, but we can't see. And without any sort of effective communication, we have no way of knowing what's going on here. You're not going to give up an odd man rush in this situation. You should be able to see that because the only player that is going to come with you is this guy here, right? And he's not exactly really paying attention or having necessarily a lot of speed. If you start to skate backwards rather than forwards here, that lets you keep an eye on the play, help to possibly keep the puck in the zone or slow down the rush. Instead, we turn around and that puck comes to right where you were, right? So that gives you an opportunity to participate in this play, slow down the rush. Our left defenseman here still has an option to be able to be back for a breakaway. I think is appropriately facing the play at this point. But our point man has abandoned the play, can't really see what's going on at this point. We haven't maintained sort of responsibility there. So we actually do win back the puck here, right? And the puck's going to go back into the corner. But now, because we've started to retreat and we've started to retreat too soon, our defenseman is back at the blue line and not able to help out participate in this play. It was our center who had to come up here and help win this puck, who it really should be our defenseman battling for that, maybe our winger battling for that. We've got another defenseman that's already back in the blue zone. It looks like we've got a winger up here on the left, ready to roll in, but that puck's going to go back behind the net. We turned and retreated so quickly, though. Yeah, we've got people back, but we're nowhere near the puck, and we're not going to be able to, even if we win another battle for that, be able to do much with it. Now they pick up that puck carried out of the zone, but look, they still don't get it out of the zone. We make a good play here to get the puck off their stick, but again, we're still so far. Look at where we are. The puck is in their zone, and we've got 3 guys back down close to either the red line or our own blue line, right? So it's not helping with our forecheck, and as we're retreating, we're giving them the space and permission to be great passing targets. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 guys wide open that are good passing targets for them, and have the ability to take that puck back, and aren't really threats to do a whole lot with it. So we're able to take it out, get a nice little crash in there. But again, because we've retreated so quickly, we're back in no man's land. So now we're going for a line change. And as we do that, right, we've gone through a line change. Now look what's happened here. We have this moment is really interesting because we have green in possession of the puck. We've got 4 guys down. We've got line change going. If they're paying attention, right? One skates here to the center of the ice. There's got 1 pass down the middle of the ice to make a good breakaway. But because 1A is not really paying attention to the rest of what's going on, and B has kind of stopped skating. And 1 is not moving a whole lot. He's really dead in the water there. There's no momentum. So he can't use any of that momentum to get back up ice quickly. If he's skating, maintaining good feet, and using good form, he can get out to the center and have a great breakaway opportunity here before anybody has a chance to get back up. But because for honestly reasons I'm not entirely sure about, maybe he's expecting somebody to fire this up around the corner here, he's chosen to kind of come back down into the scrum. He really took away a good chance for a breakaway here. So we kind of dodged a bullet with that. All right. So they get back up. They've got 3 guys, and they're going to take the puck out of the zone and bring it into ours, and we're off and running. All right. Next play. So we're going to bring this into the zone. They actually have a guy that falls down. We're going to carry this into the zone, and we're going to carry it down into the corner there. All right. So let's see where we are. We already have a puck down into the corner here. Look, our defense is back here by the blue line. So we're essentially playing shorthanded at this point in the offensive zone. We've got 3 guys in the offensive zone. We've got our winger who's 1-on-1 down here in a puck battle with the corner. That's fine. Win that puck battle and get a good pass out here. You got somebody coming down into prime real estate. That's great. You're going to have an option back behind you at the point. So a few different options here. We've got 2 players over here on the left. So let's see what happens with those players and see if we move in. All right. So rather than carry the puck, it looks like we are playing that puck back around behind the net at this point, and that changes the point of attack. We still don't have the skater into the zone, right? So it's still 5-on-4 in the offensive zone. This player and this player over here, as that puck is going around to the side of the net, are not in the play at all either. This one is covered, and this one isn't in a position to be able to do anything. Again, when that puck starts to come back around behind the net, the whole play shifts to that other side of the ice. All right, so now we're back around behind the net. And things go into reverse, go back the other way. But now, look, we've got a 2-on-1 here. Still nobody in front of the net. We finally have somebody on the point. We have somebody over here in the corner that is maybe not helping out. So this is back behind the net, right? One of these skaters should be playing to come down here, help out with this puck battle. And if you're the center, you want to hold on to that 2-on-1 as long as you can to help arrives. And one player should be going to the center ice. Ideally, I think in this situation, it's the player that's maybe already back on the wall, skating a little bit closer. Plus, this person here, if they're sneaky, could sneak right into this area. All right, the goalie is already looking over his shoulder. The goalie's going to have to whip their head around to realize that person's there. Look at where this person's head is facing. They're looking at the play. They're looking at the puck. They got no idea that somebody's coming from this direction because they're not positioned very well, right? Ideally, they should be flipped around the other way facing the play, but they finally do. And look, again, we're not skating. We don't have momentum here. Our feet are dead in the water, so we haven't moved very much, right? You're over here pounding your stick, trying to look for a pass. That's great, but you're still too far out, and there's too many people in front of you. Get to a better position, right? More in this middle part of the ice. And if you're already skating, you're using your momentum. Shouldn't be too difficult for you to get there. It's when you stop skating, stop moving, you lose that momentum and lose the ability to make those plays. So we got another puck battle. Again, this one's going to come back to the corner. Some good battle going on there. Whoever Red Shorts is doing a good job fighting for that puck and trying to make a good play off of it. But eventually, you know, the 2-on-1 takes its toll. And look, our defenseman has cheated down here to try and come up with the puck battle. If you stay on up at that point, there's nobody there and you're a passing option. As you cheat down to try and help out with that battle, um, that becomes a position of you not being in a very good spot. And I kind of see we kind of overskated this anyways. There's nobody here at the point, but we've got a couple of guys out over here, right? Somebody needs to be up here at this point. All right, so we're going to give up the puck. And once again, be able to pick it off, but they're going to keep that back in their own zone as well. And again, I see another turn and skate here, right? And as that puck is going down the ice, okay, that's great. You're going to be down before anybody else, but you've lost sight of the play and you've lost any ability to come back into that play. If you're skating backwards, all you got to do is put on the brakes, reverse your momentum. If you've turned and skated and are skating forwards, the best thing that you can do is to make a tight turn to come back, which is going to take more time, more effort, and mean that you're less likely to be effective coming back into that play. So, particularly on defense, back skating is a key skill to have, and this is one of the reasons why. All right, so we're going to take this one out of our own offensive zone here. Moving in, pitchfork it. Good, good little pitchfork over the defense there. Good glove down, and right, we're going into the zone. All right, and we're going for a line change back behind the play here for our defenseman, which is fine. We got to change lines at some point in time. Play does come down here to the corner. Let's see where everybody's lined up. So as the play is coming down here in the corner, where should we all be going? We have kind of this open area here. Remember, one of our defensemen is changing. So we got kind of this open area down here. We do have somebody in front of the net. I assume that's the person playing as our center. Should maybe be coming over to help out for this puck battle. And you over here, there may be nobody around you, but what are you going to do? You're not a good option here as a passer. Nobody can get the puck to you to take a shot. Get yourself in front of the net, move over onto this side, and be ready for a pass, and also be ready to go back and attack that corner if the play chooses to go around the boards there. All right, so as it happens, we lose possession of the puck as our defenseman's coming back on here. Puck comes out of the zone. That's going to happen, right? You're not going to win every puck battle, but we weren't positioned well to be a threat in any of those situations here. All right, so we can hear people yelling, no ice, no ice. Play's going to come back down. And look, they're changing here, right? And I love what Mitch does here because he realizes as soon as he gets that puck that they're changing. Look at everybody go off to this far side, right? This is where line changes are a really good opportunity for breakaways. Mitch gets this. I'm telling him no ice. And if I see the line change, I'm going to try and tell him change. Because now look at this. We have somebody camping out down here. And you can even get all the way down to their blue line, right? Get all the way on that line as far down as you can. Be camping out for that pass because you essentially have a breakaway at this point. I would also encourage whoever this is here to kind of be aware that you may have an opportunity here and think about maybe whether or not a line change is really what you want to be doing in that situation. Because now, look what happens. Mitch makes that pass, and if we can make that pass in front of our skater rather than behind, right? Because we make that pass behind our skater, we got to kind of catch it, twirl with it. We kind of miss that pass, it goes off to the boards. If we can get that pass on the other side here, to this side where we can catch it on our backhand and then skate in directly on net, we have a great scoring chance. Particularly if you're coming off the bench, man, you see this, get to the front of the net, get into this area here, be a good opportunity for a pass, be ready to take a rebound. But man, this is game on wide open here. Now, because we missed the pass, it makes things a little bit more difficult. I do appreciate. Look, that's the right skate there. Straight towards the front of the net through the center of the ice. Even if they're not making that pass, you're headed the right direction. All right, so we got this pass down in the corner. We lose our feet. That's fine. Get back up. Keep battling. That's you're gonna lose your feet, but that's the thing about these board battles. You can push the puck up against the board with your feet, with your legs, with your hand, right? As long as you're not hand passing it to somebody else or moving it forward, you're fine with that. And keep that there until you can get back up, until help arrives, right? There's no need to move that puck. You're not gonna get a stoppage in play. You're not gonna get a whistle face off. You're probably not gonna get a penalty. I've never seen anybody in rec leagues get a penalty for pushing that up against the board in any way, shape, or form. Get that up, pin it against the boards, get yourself back on your feet, right? Fight for that puck. In this case, we've kind of already lost possession of it, which that's okay. It's going to happen sometimes there too. Just do the best you can. Try and keep control of that puck in any way that you can. They're going to pick that one up, take that back out of the zone, but it turned what was a really promising offensive opportunity into just sort of a wasted moment. The great uh, uh, vision here to see that pass, to realize that it's open, and put a pretty good pass on, I think is great. And even if that pass is a little bit behind, that's okay. But that was, a little bit. Actually, looking at this, I think that we have maybe some anxiety here about trying to take this on our backhand side, trying to receive that pass on the backhand side. So we're moving our feet, trying to get in front of this to take this on the forehand, and we just miss it. I think Mitch puts that one in the right spot. Just take that pass on the backhand side and skate towards net. If you don't feel like you have that ability to do that, great reminder to work on that, on a stick and puck or any chance you have. Even just flinging a tennis ball against the wall and catching it with your backhand side of your stick can pay some good dividends there. So you're not having to move your feet before that puck gets to you, right? Um, and then I think with Mitch, if we can lead maybe just a little bit more rather than a pass right at them, lead them just a little bit to that near side. Um, so that, and I might even go so far to say is try and hit this area like right here. So we're skating into the puck with speed. We're able to collect that puck and make a play towards the net. Instead, it's wondering, when I talk about us being so close, it's a game of inches, it's a game of a few specific skills. We're almost there, but we're not quite.